All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to our day trade room this week. Good to be back. Florida was good. Um, God always surprises you. It was not good in the way that I thought it was going to be good, but it was good. The house that we were looking at, we went down during the inspection, and to be honest with you, it was very revealing. Let me put it that way. So the we were going to buy this house, and it was quite a bit of money, and more than that, it was significantly smaller than what our family needs, but it had the potential to have build out, and so I liked that. I was like, okay, well, it's got a couple stables on it and a barn. I can set that up as my office. We can build it out really nicely, and there's like a downstairs garage area. It's not a basement, but it's downstairs, like first floor. I was like, we can build this out. And turns out it had flooding issues and leaks and potential mold, like all kinds of crazy stuff. So we ended up canceling the contract, walking away from it, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it wasn't a basement. It was a first story hollow. So it wasn't a basement. It was just like a garage story, and then the main floor was on the top. So it had like potentially rotted ceiling joists. It was leaking into the first story. We would have had to put at least 200K into it just to fix it and get it back going. And so we walked away. But there was another house that actually came up on the market that we were looking at on 5 acres. It's a little bit further out than what we wanted, to be honest with you. Like, wasn't crazy, but just a little bit further out. And well, I mean, we spent $750 on the inspection, and then we spent another, I don't know, $700 in time and effort and all the things to go down there, and it saved us 250K. So that's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Um, but we found another house it's way bigger. It went on the market. I don't know, 4 or 5 days after we were under contract with this particular house. And long story short, it's going to fit our family's needs way better. So, having said that, I liked it. We put an offer in on that. We'll see what happens. But it's almost 2,900 square feet. Great flat land, beautiful pond. It's built up better. It doesn't have all the outbuildings, but I can build a quick $35,000 storage facility and turn it into an office. So it's not bad. And I think it'll work for our family significantly better as well. So I kept getting the image. You ever seen the image of like you ever see the image of Jesus asking the little girl for a teddy bear, and she's crying because she don't want to give up the teddy bear, but behind his back he has like a giant super bear that he's going to give to her? That's how I felt, because I know our Father's always good, and Scripture says he will withhold no good thing from those who love him. So I'm not too worried about it. But I'm so happy to be home with you all. I missed you guys. Miss being in the room with you guys. I honestly did not take a lot of day trades at all. I think I took 2 whole day trades. So we were going looking at houses. We were doing all kinds of stuff during the day trading room session. And then I get back home at like 3:30, which is why live trading room replays and all the things would get posted later. Missed you guys. Missed everybody. Yeah, ramen is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, ramen is great. But I miss y'all. All right, let's look at the ES real quick, see where we're at. Roadmap, kind of go from there. Plus, I'll show you guys the trades I took the other day, if y'all care at all. Still in a downtrend. Boop. Huge move that we had, whatever day that was. Friday? Monday? Mm-hmm. That was Monday. Ginormo move. Didn't quite go engulfing. Took out that high. Sellers hit us again. Boom, we've dropped back down. Do we hold 6,700? Do we drop back down to 6,654? Do we go all the way down to 6,584? Do we take out the quarterly? You got to remember right now the quarterly target is still in play. We are only 12 days in. We've got 2 full weeks and 2 more days, 3 more days, 4 if you include today, because we're just, just now starting. So if we look at actually where we're at, I'll tell you what's the hardest part is the drive home last night. We got in at 3 a.m. because we left so late. All right, so today's the 12th, right? Today's the 12th. We have all day today, the 13th, these 2 full weeks, and then the 30th and 31st to go down and bust. Whatever number that is, 66 and change to the downside. Do we do that? That's the question. Like, do we go get 65.25? Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of people talking about a potential terrorist attack here in the US. If that happens, most likely, I would imagine that would rock the markets, but we'll see. Right now on the ES, downtrend, bears are in control. We are holding the 67.18. So let's go ahead and mark out this level. I don't know what this dotted line is. That's a strong level. That's one of my 4-hour levels. I do remember writing that. This was a weekly level. I want to get rid of that. Jump over here. And if you're like, why are you not prepared? Why do you not have these lines drawn? Sometimes it's good for y'all to see me draw the lines. And so what we want to do is go back a little bit in time here. Go back a little bit in time here and draw where these support and resistance lines go, where these targets actually go, so that we can go down and break these together, right? And so if we do end up rolling over, we've got to get through the 67.01. And you can see that's almost this gap area here. You've got this pullback area. We fall below that. That gets into 66.56. That gets into 66.56. Look at this bounce from overnight session area right here at 67.18. Bounce up, pull back. That's resistance. Now it's support again. If this rolls over and takes out 67.09, I think we drop hard. In the meantime, NASDAQ's leading the way higher. Look how close this was to that engulfing, dude. 24,000 to the daggum dot. That's wild. You gotta love round numbers. Gotta love the round numbers. Let's get rid of this red. That's a daily low. That was a daily low. Move. All right. If we break 24/7, I think we drop. If we break this 30-minute high, I think we're going to rally. Let's get teed up for calls. We've got engulfing on this 15-minute. We're about to go double engulfing on that 30. Let's get teed up for some calls here. Calls. Let's get teed up for some calls. 60, 71. Let's go to 70s. That'll be plenty. Juice. Squeezing the juice. All right. Currently, 5-minute chart is bearish. Qs look better. I want to have these teed up. Go into here. What do we have today? Got any news today?
No, not during our session. There's a Fed speaker at 11, but
Of course
that's
there
at
is.
11.
That's at 11. Fortinet and IGV have been strong through this pullback, by the way. Not stopped out of either one of these yet. These look great. IGV, this is also flirting with that stop. This looks great for a transition. Like super mega ukulele great. I feel like, where's that come from? It's called the Minions. It's great cinema. We do have this downtrend. We're underneath the 821 and VWAP. NQ trying to push above it. Got a potential engulfing off the 30-minute and the 1 hour on the NQ. Do we have it on the ES? That is your engulfing off the ES. Ooh, that'd be a double engulfing up. That'd be fun. Go rip all these stops apart. This 67.32 is an engulfing off the 15. 67.41 is the engulfing off the 30. And 67.44 is the engulfing off the 1 hour. Let's see if that trips higher. All right. Good gap, lower. Honestly, we look at the actual SPX, it looks like the path of least resistance is down on the 1 hour for sure. Like a retest of 66.97. We have the Dow going down to test about whatever this is, 60, 46.729. All right. Hanging out here. Again, path least resistance might be bearish. Let's go ahead and flip these back to puts. Have these teed up. We're at 73. These are set trading at 70. Let's go to 72s. We've got this 5-minute bearish Harami at 67.18. I do like the potential engulfing overhead. That's an 11-point risk. That's big. This is an attempted transition off the 1 minute, ran right into your VWAP and failed. NQ at this point rolling over and failing. Apple dropping, Amazon dropping, Nvidia dropping. Dude, Nvidia's been at that quarterly flip for months. Microsoft looks like it's about to drop. AVGO, TSM, Google. All of these don't look very good. Ooh, IBRX has come back into support. That's pretty. I'm gonna be patient. 6709 is the new downside target. 15-minute engulfing is out of the question. We had it. Buyers gave it up right here at 940. Nice reversal off this 1 minute, 3.5 to make 5. Don't know if anybody took that. If you did, congratulations. I did not take that one. Mainly because I didn't see it. A little slow this morning. A little slow. Might be 3 a.m. arrival time. Well, I feel pretty good. There's your continuation move off that 1 minute drop. Any move back up, now we're taking it short. Any move back up, now we're taking it short. What would be a plus setup? That would be an A plus setup. If it was on 5 minute, it'd be even better. But here's your move up. Bigger trend is going bearish. Here's your move up. Pull back, little move, Harami. There's your drop. Very low risk. Looking to go take this guy out. So from this entry, now you're looking to go take out this guy and then come into 6709. For a scalp, that's your A plus. You're risking 3.5 and this prop fits 11. That's a solid move. Very solid move. We're about to go take out overnight session lows. That is our big giant open down here at 66.85. Any move back up, you're looking to get short. Any move back up, we're looking to get short. Straight missed that 1 minute. I'm going to write that down. I was looking at other things. It's at 9:43. That's all right. Because guess what? You'll get another trade. You will get another trade. You'll get another opportunity. It's not a big deal. If you're like, that was the trade, I promise there's going to be another one. All right. A little bounce up here, taking out last night's lows. So here's your overnight session low. Just took that out. Now we're getting the bounce up at 67.01. This was a pretty trade. What's nice about this trade right here too, Amber, is the way that you could have trailed this. So you take some at 3.2. If you took this trade going bar to bar, just looking back across, you've got a 3-point move to a bar to bar. This is a 5.5 to the low of the day. So that's your 1-to-1. That's your next target is that 5.5, but this thing drops all the way to 17, right? And so this one trade here, let's see where this goes. Is what, a 5-to-1, 4-to-1 plus. Five to one. Now, granted, on the move back up here, you would have got, if you trailed this off this hammer, that's where you're getting tagged. But Great, great move. Now you're getting a giant push. You've got this hammer. It would not be unfathomable to come up, retest this VWAP, pull back, and rally. So from this hammer, this is where you're going to try to go if buyers are in control, right? If buyers step in, taking out kind of this green line is going to be a 15-minute engulfing. And then getting back up here to 67.41 would be that 1 hour engulfing. However, from a 5-minute chart, this is still very bearish. This is a strong hammer, very strong hammer, but this is still very bearish. Big picture. By the way, if you guys emailed in, because I got a lot of unread emails, I'll get to those today. Nice turn here at 6.5. Let's see if this holds or if we try to transition. Let's see if this holds or tries to transition. If this can hold inverted hammer, I would look for this continuation move. I'll try to hit that continuation move. From a 1 hour perspective, we've got the next main target at 66.52. You've got about a 100-point drop for the NQ here as well. And we could go engulfing off the NQ5. Nice trend trade for the 6 points here. 6.5. That would hit target right there. If you're going to take these, volatility is super high. Best thing to do is what? Full size and let it rip? No. Trade half size. Want to trade half size. Go YOLO. NQ engulfing off the 5. Trading at the low of the day. Any rally back up again. Looking to take that short. I don't know if it's going to give us anything. May get a 1 minute kind of doji look here. Or not. Again, this expanded tech is holding up very well. Full account, baby. Let's rip it. I'd like to see if this 6709 can hold, like a retest, hold, and drop. Otherwise, it may just kind of drop right here. Personally, I am I'm okay being a little slow this morning. This little doji working out, little inverted hammer there, that's working out. Into the low of the day and continuation move down into 6600s below 6700. Sellers putting on some heat now. Target 6685 at this point. There's not a whole heck of a lot keeping us from going there. Yeah, there's not a lot keeping us from going to 6685 at all. This inverted harami worked really well. 6 to make 20. .5 minutes really big. This would have been hard to take. This is 29% risk. This guy, 19 points. You're nowhere near target here. But if you drop into 6685, look at that. That's a 1-to-1, right? 19 down into 20. We should come down into that 6685. The question is, do we pull that back on the 1 minute to drop or not? This is another area of interest. Here is the low, the 6697 right here. That was this area. 93, you can see you're taking out. If this breaks, 6654 is just incoming. You see that? There is nothing here. Would like a pretty 5-minute setup. Again, Fortinet and IGV, baby, they're hanging out green. They're hanging out green. While we wait, did y'all all see that your toss onboarding was in your learning portal? So if you go into your courses here, there's your toss onboarding. You can go check that out. Had a lot of people asking about that. Big giant push back up off that 1 minute. Buyers coming in fierce. Is it enough? At the 10 o'clock hour, we've got fresh 30 minutes, fresh 1 hours. You can see this 1 hour continuation from the ES lower into these lows, 30-minute lower, taking out 6701 into below 6700. Buyers coming in now nicely. Does this hold and we try to run back up? Does this close and roll back down, get into 6685? That is the opening price of 39. When we had that huge failure and then rally. So here's that opening price. There's that drop. Here's the move up. You can see that's been a battle zone. This is where we're at right now. This is 6701. We're getting the bounce back up here. If that area breaks, 6685, 6656, both of those look like great targets. If we get back below 6685, I think that's where the big fun into 6525 would come into play. Right now, sellers kicking it back up. You can see this move almost back into this 1 minute. This 1 minute high. This is almost the exact same look, right? Big hammer in support, rallied up, failed. Big hammer in support after taking out overnight session lows, rallies back up. Does this hold and fail? Or does it push, try for the transition? What stinks about this is just the size of these candles. This is an 11.1 minute. I mean, your ATR is probably on the 5 minute. I'm saying at least 14. So here's the question. Here's your 1 minute. Does this pullback hold and rally up? Notice here, you did not get anywhere close to this 821 EMA crossing, and it rolled over. Again, probably should have taken that with at least a third size. Here, we are getting this EMA cross right here. That should give us enough confidence to try to get up into VWAP if we want to take a counter trend type trade. But you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to call me darling. All right. Does this hold? Transition? Does this fail all the way back down and just keep dying? A slow, slow death. Here's that 5 minute. Let's see how this 5 minute works. If we hold here off the 1, we could look for a little counter trend. Bearish still off the 5, though. Very bearish here off the 5. Here's that potential. If we could close with a 5 minute here, that might be worth the shot for the transition. Oracle looks terrible. What do we got over here? Apple rolling over at 255. That's been strong support. Amazon's clear on the day. Nvidia's blah. Meta's blah. Microsoft's blah. AVGO. Trying to transition on AVGO. That's pretty. TSM rolling over as well. Google rolling over as well. Tesla giving up its gains. That could be a short. Bitcoin trying to go bullish here. I like that. All right. And we're waiting. Just waiting. It's about to go doubling engulfing on the MES. Engulfing here off the ES1. Looks like buyers are going to try to put a rally here. How big are we right here? 8.5 on the 5. Same setup on the NQ. Difference here is we're back in this 15-minute opening range. We're not on that here at all in the NQs. 35 points, though, trying to come back up into 18.5, 38.25. So 35-point risk to make 18.5, 38.25 for the counter trend. If this rolls over and takes out this low, that is a short. And that is a short. If this comes up and breaks that high, we're going to be looking for that counter trend move. This is 9.75 to make 2.5. 7 and 8. That is a lot of risk. Looks like the ES is trying to transition. The NQ is not. This is completely counter trend. 17 points. That's a lot. Easier move, safer move is to wait for the transition and then take that long. This is like a C setup at best to go long. If we roll over and take out this low, that's a great setup short. I would rather take this short. I'm going to wait for it to go short. Jump over to the puts. Let's see if this actually moves. It's 16% risk off my option. I think it could go counter trend here, though, and try to transition off the 5. Which would be the break of this high. We're looking for the break of $3.60 to go long. If this wants to go double 5-minute harami and this closes like inverted hammer right here and breaks, I would be super duper happy, and we would take that short into 67, retest low of days, and try to get into 66.85. That would be that's the best move. Wow, we've got the VWAP overhead, the 821 overhead. Let's see if this could hold. Kind of this look. And then we get that drop. That's your entry. Target 1, target 2. Trail stop that rascal down here. If this breaks up, that puts you in a potential transition. And while this is a trade setup, it's not high probability because you got the 8 or the 21 over the VWAP. Now, this is a potential transition off the 1 minute, right? This is a potential transition off the 1 minute, but where are we going to? VWAP. So you've only got that 5-minute area to go into right here. There's your break higher. If this rolls over and goes engulfing, that is still a valid trade to the downside. If it closes, if this closes with like an inverted hammer, that's an even better trade. I have missed 2 today. I have missed 2. This one at 943 is probably the best trade. I just wasn't paying attention. This one, really nice trade. It was 6.5. The fact that we'd already tested that level, I just wanted to be careful because the NQ looked a little more bullish. We'd had a break of a 5-minute high. Here is the break of this current 5-minute high at 9.75, right into the VWAP at 4.25. If we push above this level and pull back, now we're looking to go bullish. Looks like it's going to shoot for that transition right here. This is what we're looking for off the 5. All right. Looking for the transition. This actually looks pretty good for that bump. You could take this 4.75, small size. It's small size off the break. You are right under that VWAP, though. So that would be your entry right there if you want to take this as a small size, looking for that scalp. Dangerous type trade. You really want that 5-minute continuation. You really want this push back up into 67.31. I still like this short based off the 5 minute. If you're trying for the 1 minute transition, this is where you're taking it. Again, small size here. If you take that, it goes against the trend. That's why you would want to go small size, and you're right at the VWAP, which is resistance. I think the better trade, and this does break a 15-minute Harami though, if it pops on the NQ. That gets you out right there. That's the counter trend trouble, taking it into bigger target. This is what we want to see for this potential rollover. Little futures trade. Again, in that VWAP, trying to roll over here. Let's see what this 5 minute does. If this 5 minute holds and drops, I like that short. I did not take that with an option. I did take that 1/3 size though at 4.25. That was very small. Well, $63 loss. Just in case this shelf broke higher. And engulfing here looks gnarly. Then a look lower here off the 1 minute looks significantly better. NQ about to roll over as well. There's that resistance off the VWAP kicking in. There's your engulfing. Any move back up at this point, you're looking to take this all the way back down. It's a large risk here off this 5. Still no option trade for me as of yet. This will be a 20-point risk, 20% risk. I'm not risking that. Quick little, basically 1.25 point stop here because I took it with small size. I knew this risk. I wanted to see if we got the continuation move back up. With this strong of a 15-minute candle, I like that because if we broke here, we go break here and try to run back through the range. That did not play out. What looks like it's going to play out is a continuation move lower. At this point, this would be a transition off the 1 minute to get you back into bigger time frame continuation move because you're in the downtrend off the 5. Any 1 minute move up and drop, you're looking to take that move lower. 0 for 1 right now. No options trade, though. That's the nice part. Very small trade, which is an even better part. We absolutely crushed it last week. Crushed it last week. There come the sellers. That's what happens off that engulfing. Sellers rocking that engulfing. Potential doji sandwich right here at 2.5 to make 5. Again, want to see some type of push back up. This is your transition. This is not an A+ setup for me, by the way. So if you're like, hey, why is this? Is this an A+ setup? Is this not an A+ setup? This guy, this is just a doji sandwich trying to get on down for a 1-to-1 with a little bit more continuation move. What would have been pretty here would have been the move back up and then drop. That's what I really would have liked. From an NQ perspective, though, this was very pretty. Very pretty move up. Hold, drop. Should come on down here on these NQs. So while the doji sandwich here is a valid trade, very valid trade, just looking for the push, it's not what I would consider an A+ setup. The reason I took this guy is I was looking for that extra push. I liked the hold. This was a very nice, strong close here. I was looking at this guy. That was potential doji sandwich up, but we know we're in resistance. We know we're attempting a transition here. And we just had a very strong push on this 15-minute. That looked really good. So we're looking for that continuation move up. Now, at this point, everything seems to be rolling over, right? So the goal of the 15-minute sellers is to go take out this low by 10:30, turning this black bar blue to go engulfing. That also extends you lower here off the 30. This 30 could close with an inverted hammer Harami or a doji. Even better, get that drop, and then they want to take it to 66.85. Let's see if all that plays out. We don't have to be here for it, but let's just see if it plays out. Got this little inverted hammer Harami right here. I will take that as long as it stays a Harami. Let's see if that tags me in. 1-minute scalp. It hadn't got me in yet. This is a small size for me. That got me in right there. Three-point risk here. Or I'm sorry, 3 contract risk here. That got me out. That got me out. Show it to you real quick. Something just happened on my screen. Did I reverse that whole position? That was my entry. That was my stop. So real small loss. Looking for that 1 minute Harami. I liked that. Looking for the continuation move. I would take that every day. That's fine. Now we're in this chop. Over 2. Not a fan of that. Well, 4-point loss times 3. What's 4 times 3? 4 times 15. Again, these are small size trades. So that's what, 1.25? Very small size trades. Kind of in this choppiness. Potential rollover here. Let's watch this 5 minute. I do like that. If this can close with this inverted hammer, it's 9 points. If this can close inverted hammer, I like this for the move lower. Let's see what we get here. Breaking that shelf, I like. I'll be willing to take one more trade. And the reason is this is very small size trades, like 3 contract trades. There's your rollover. I don't think we're going to get it. That did not hold. This is what we're looking for. There's your drop. Big move up. Continuation move. 6 1/4 or 6.5 inverted hammer. I'm not going to take that when we're taking, 3.5 point moves. This worked. 6.5 to go make 5 1/4. There's your engulfing off the ES 15, like we talked about. Here's this inverted hammer doji. If this holds and breaks, we're probably going into 66.85. And there's a lot of room to that downside. So here's that engulfing that we talked about. Here's this inverted hammer Harami. We're back near the lows of the day, not quite. One minute's just very violent this morning. Still yet to take an options trade. It may go break that, give a continuation move before it looks like it's going to. And what stinks about this is you had this 15-minute almost, or 5-minute almost doji look. There, it just broke to continue. It did not hold the Harami. It broke to continue the 30-minute lower right here with just seconds left for the new bar. That stinks. That's a good trade. That's a really nice trade. It just stinks. That pushed us higher for the stop and then rolled over. This is what we were wanting to see, by the way. So from here, this is what we were wanting to see, is that flush. It gave it to you. It just stops you out first. That's part of trading. Okay. So don't get upset about that. It gave it to you, just not in the way you wanted to see it. That's part of trading, unfortunately. Okay. So over 2 on the day. Both of these very small size. Personally, I'm down about 130 bucks ish. Actually, 120. And considering this was last week and I made 1,500, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right. Next target, 66.85. After that, 66.50 and below. I don't know if we go that far down. Maybe we do. We'll have to see. Just watch, wait, and be patient. Don't force any trades. Don't force any additional trades. Cool. All right, team. Love you guys. It's good to be back. I'll see everybody in 30 minutes in the swing trade room, and we'll go from there. All right. Thanks for being on. We'll see you then.